Stewart hadn't been feeling well. Recently, it had been hard to build up steam, and to add to that, he had been feeling a pain in his side rods. This meant Alec had to take over on the branch line, which meant Justin was working the yard all alone. One morning, Stewart was sitting asleep in the sheds. Hello there.
Ah! Ugh. Alec, don't do that. What are you doing here anyway?
You're usually up around now, and I assumed you probably would have had boiler problems, so I came down to help.
Ah, I see.
Well, perhaps you made the right decision. I mean, after all, with all the times I failed, perhaps I should be scrapped. Hey now, don't think like that. I mean, after all, you're still very useful. All you need are a few new parts. I mean, sure, we obviously can't afford them now, but I do know that at some point we'll be able to afford them. Can we really wait for some point? I mean, at this point, this instant will be better than some point. Well, would you look at that? You have a full head of steam today, Stewart. Looks like we'll be able to set out on time without problem. Really? That's awesome. Looks like we'll be setting out on time. Sorry to waste your time, Alec. No problem. I'll get out your way now, then you can collect your coaches. Stewart had arrived at Malton. However, he had started to feel a pain in his side rods.
Driver, I'm starting to feel a bit of a pain in my side rods.
Alright, we'll make sure to take it easy on the journey up to Sefton. Soon, the passengers had boarded. Stewart left to go on to Malton. However, the pain in his side rods continued to grow. As he rolled under the bridge, however, he stopped. The pain in his side rods had grown all too much for him to bear.
Ow, ow, ow! Driver, stop!
Stewart rolled to a stop. However, he was in excruciating pain. At Lowfell, Alec was in the sheds when his driver climbed into his cab. Come on, old boy. Apparently, Stewart has broken down. We need to go rescue him. Oh dear, that's not good. Alright, we'd best go to the branch line quickly. Alec had arrived and gently buffered up to the coaches. Alec had pushed Stewart all the way to the station. However, Stewart felt embarrassed for his mishap today. Later in the day, Stewart had been taken to the works. Mr. Lance had arrived to talk to him. Stewart, I've come to talk to you. Well, sir, am I getting withdrawn or something? Actually, quite the opposite. You see, I've ordered you some new parts. Hopefully, this will solve your problem. I mean, I know you've been trying your best. However, we do need you to be at your best. I mean, after all, we need somebody to run the branch line. Of course. And thank you, sir. Thank you ever so much for these new parts. No problem. A few days later, the new parts had arrived. Stewart was feeling pretty good. He hadn't felt any problems, and he was managing the branch line well. However, this good feeling would come to an end later in the day. Rain had befallen the line. Stewart was rolling back with his last branch line train of the day. However, as he rolled along the line, he felt a twinge of pain in his boiler. However, as he started rolling closer to Malton, he felt an excruciating pain in his side rods.
Ah! Driver, stop the pain, it's too much.
Alec had come from Lowfell to rescue the train. He said nothing as he helped Stewart the rest of the way. For quite a few days, Stewart was kept in the workshops without any word. However, one evening, Mr. Lance had arrived at the sheds with some news concerning Stewart.
Sir, how is he?
Cool, just 'cause you keep asking doesn't mean anything's gonna change. Bradford! Engines, please, calm down. Now, I indeed do have some news about Stewart. To start off, he will be repaired. He'll be going over to the North British Locomotive Company for his repairs.
Oh, that's great, sir. Can't wait for my brother to be back in service and...
However, unfortunately, he will be sold off. He'll be going to work on a railway in the east.
Wait, what, sir? You can't be serious. You can't just sell my brother off like that.
I'm sorry, Lethbridge. However, the people who want to buy him have had interest in him for quite some time, and they've recently asked if they could purchase him.
Well, I refuse to accept this. I'm gonna go see him in the works.
Lethbridge had arrived at the works. Stewart was sitting in the back, feeling gloomy.
Hey there, Stewart.
Hey there, Lethbridge. I take it you heard I'm being sold, eh?
Yeah, I did. While I'm not the happiest about it, you have to admit we didn't see each other that much. I mean, when you think about it, I was always on the suburban trains. We only saw each other when I stopped at your station. Yeah, I guess. It's just, the Rosworth Vale is my home, you know? I mean, I'm not very keen on leaving it.
I know. However, one thing we need to do is remember the good times, not the bad. We'll always be brothers.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
The twins continued to talk throughout the night. The next morning, Stewart had been taken on a train to the North British Locomotive Company. Lethbridge tried to act maturely. However, deep down, he knew this was something he was not going to get over easy.